Welcome back, everyone. Victorian Police could soon be testing drivers to see if they're too tired to be behind the wheel. Melbourne sleep researchers are developing a roadside test which can measure a driver's level of fatigue by tracking eye movements and the number of blinks.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Let's get today's take on this with commentator Shelley Horton and Nine's Ross Greenwood. Roscoe, I mean, look, we know that fatigue's a big deal on our roads. It's 1/3 of all serious crashes is fatigue related. You know, we see signs up when you're driving long stretches on highways. I'm leaning towards that this is not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. And already truck drivers, there are devices that will go into trucks already that while the person is driving the truck will actually monitor their behaviour and their movements, their eyelids, all that sort of stuff. So from that point of view, I think to take it the next step, and every one of us knows what this is like, to feel tired in a car. And every one of us undoubtedly has done it. I must admit that I know that I'm prone to it. I'm happy to pull off onto the side of the road and have a 15-minute nap. I've got no problems about doing that because I know just how close it's been in the past. My only slight problem about this is that if a police officer pulls me over and wants to do a tiredness test on me, I'm immediately going to be wide awake. I'm not sure it's going to work.
So there's nothing wrong with that, though.
That's true.
If that peps you to get you home for that extra 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. But there is no doubt it does impair your behaviour. And we all know about the micro sleep and all that type of thing as well.
Yeah, I guess it's the reliability of a fatigue test, Shelley.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, I have never driven drunk. Like, it's just something I would never do. I drive tired all the time. Right. I've actually, about 20 years ago, I did have a micro sleep with my mum in the car and went off the road. Luckily, no one was hurt and we just went into the grass. Terrifying. I didn't realise how tired I was. So I'm just concerned, you know if you haven't had a drink, but how do you know how tired is too tired?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you're winding the window down to get the cold air coming in and you're turning the music up, you know that you're fatigued, but how do you actually know what your limit is?
And I think that's
the tough
comes in to sort of try and help you.
I think it's a brilliant
idea.
idea. I mean, there are so many people being killed, and it would teach people like me to be more careful.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, also making news this morning is the calls for the no hat, no play rule to be extended into high schools. Health experts are concerned, considering after this last weekend we've had, that teens need to wear sun protection. It's not enough. They want those big round hats to be a mandatory part of the uniform. Shelley, I mean, Leo can't even go outside. If he doesn't have his hat, he has to sit inside.
I grew up in Queensland. It was a definite no hat, no play, and they enforced it. It didn't matter if it wasn't enforceable by the education department. The teachers told us whether or not we could go out in the sun. The only thing I will say, don't make it those Legionnaires hats or those bucket hats for teenagers in high school. Make it the nice wide brim. That's a bit fashionable, and you're going to have
a lovely boater.
I love a boater, and I think you'll then get compliance. Like, you're not going to get teenage girls wearing the Legionnaires or the bucket hat.
Yeah,
not going to happen.
It's too uncool,
it's
isn't
not
it,
cool
for them? I mean, what do you think?
Have a look at the colour of this skin, for goodness sakes. What do you reckon I think about all this sort of stuff, people? It is just simply absolutely the wrong colour.
Yeah.
So, yes, and look, no hair on the top.
Yeah.
You're going to say a hat every time. You've just got to have it.
Do schools supply sunscreen?
They do, yeah. Some kids do now. Like, if you go there with kindy, they have to, like, if they haven't done it themselves at home, they encourage you, though, to do it at home if you can.
But the other point as well, you know, a hat is a pretty obvious thing in our climate. We've just got to make certain that that... And also, to be honest, the kids have got to get over the stigma as well, because that's the biggest issue here, is trying to say to some cool 15-year-old, 16-year-old, hey, you've got to stick your hat on.
The funniest thing I saw was at the cricket was a guy with his cap backwards and holding his hand up to shade his face. I'm like, dude, just turn it around.
That's right, exactly.
It's behind you, mate. It's behind you.
Finally, it's the dilemma we all face when flying. Who gets the armrest on the plane? Apparently, there's an unspoken rule that whoever is in the middle seat gets both armrests.
Incorrect.
Yes.
But now, etiquette experts have blasted that theory, saying that trying to claim the whole thing is the height of bad manners. So you get one or the other.
Yes.
No.
One or the other.
One or the other.
And you get rights if you're there first.
I agree.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
If you're there first and you basically go for the armrest, that's your
You
go.
get the joy of a window seat. You get the easy access of an aisle seat. So therefore, you get both armrests.
You snooze, you lose.
No, it is honestly. I end up having like elbow fights with people.
Do you seriously do that?
100%. As if I wouldn't. And then what makes it even worse is then I get mansplaining with a guy with his legs out wide, getting into my space. I'm ready to go.
Please, seriously.
Flight rage.
Flight rage is not a good thing.
I think there should be a sign on the seat saying the person in the middle gets both armrests. No arguments then. Just make it
no,
a law.
both.
Yeah, because,
What are you, the
because
Queen?
We're like,
I must sit here like this, otherwise the flight will never occur.
the person on the window can edge slightly that way, and
Yeah.
the person on the aisle can edge
However,
slightly. But
and
the
the-
person in the
and the-
middle is kind
just-
of
Hang on,
stuck.
wait on,
Yeah.
and then get smacked in the head with the trolley as it comes past if you're in the
Yeah.
aisle. You need a bit of middle.
Well,
There's nothing good about being in the middle
seat. Window seat.
That's what you do. That's all
There's
right.
nothing good about being in the middle
No.
seat, so at least have both armrests. It's important, people.
We
Why
cannot
have the
decide.
It's
middle
important.
seat?
Get rid of
Get
it.
rid of it.
What
Just
about
get
when
rid
the
of it.
person in front puts the seat rest back on you? Poor, that'll cause a blow up
That's a
too.
whole other
That's
topic,
it,
that
isn't
one,
it?
isn't it, Ross?
Let us
Thank
know
you.
what you think. Go on to Facebook and Twitter. If you've had any of these dilemmas and you want to sort it out for us, particularly the middle armrest, we need to hear from you immediately. Shelley and Roscoe, good to have you both on.
Thanks.
Still to come, though, Married at First Sight drama. The new bride, Scarlett, is back.